Hi guys and welcome to Wilde. Today we're here with a wonderful new artist, Delphine Vega, and we're going to be talking about her latest single, her music journey, and talk a little bit about lockdown because it's a relevant issue, so we cannot avoid talking about it at this point. Hi Delphine, thank you so much for joining us. How are you today?
Thank you so much for inviting me. It's a pleasure. I'm very good.
You're
So
in
going to
Germany
summer,
currently, aren't you?
yeah. The summers here are normally really nice. I mean, now obviously we can't really enjoy it as much, but I mean, we can still, wear summery clothes.
And make the most out of it.
Exactly.
Brilliant. Well, let me start with the question that I usually like to start with, which is, how did music come about in your life?
I don't think there was a specific point where I just decided to make music. It was just always a thing. And my mom knew from the very, very beginning that there was something artsy, musically going on with me. And she used to put me like on top of the toilet, like with the closed lid. And then she made me give bathroom concerts for her and my sister. And that was pretty much the start of it, and like the first time I really made music. And from then on I got piano lessons, guitar lessons, singing lessons. I went to Salzburg for some, how do you say it, for like a summer school in the Mozarteum. And then I went to different music schools, and then later to BIM London to study songwriting as well.
That's wonderful. And why dream pop? That's the choice of music that you create. How did that come about? What was it that inspired you? Why did you decide to go that route?
So to go a little bit back, before I decided to do dream pop, the goal was always to be an opera singer. I studied opera singing and classical singing, and that's what I learned really early on as well. And I didn't really always like it because it was very following the rules. It's a very strict business. It's like any classical, like ballet is very strict as well. Like you have to be so good at it, and opera is the same. And there's no new songs, like you only sing those old songs and it's always the same. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do something that's myself, something that I can create, because it's just way more fun, isn't it?
I take
And then
creativity out of it otherwise, doesn't it? It limits you so much, and it takes the personality out of it.
exactly, because as an operate as a machine, you have to be perfect. You have to function every single time, and every concert has to be perfect. And that is also the case in pop. Like you have to be good, obviously. It's a lot more free, I think, and a lot more, you can create a lot, be more yourself. And I was listening to a lot of dream pop at the time I was deciding what to do with my life, around like, what was that, 17, 18. And my favorite artist was Marina and the Diamonds and Lana Del Rey, and that's where I found like my genre, I think. And I started writing. It turned out to dream pop. Like it wasn't something I decided to write. I just sat down to write a song, and it just happened to be dream pop. And then the next one happened to be dream pop as well. That like thought, oh well, it's my genre, and I stuck with it.
And who are your inspirations? Obviously, you mentioned Lana Del Rey and Marina and the Diamonds. Are there any other artists in particular that really inspire you?
Yes, a lot, and they come from different as well. So Queen is obviously one of the greatest bands of all, and they've done so many different things, and there's so many songs that are inspiring. They've done some opera stuff as well, and I think that's where I want to still have a connection to classical music while combining it to pop music. And Freddie Mercury is such a great example for that. Like he sings like an opera star, and he writes music that's theatrical, and like Bohemian Rhapsody obviously is the best example for that. And I think that's a really big inspiration for my music. But when I started uni, people started comparing me to Kate Bush, which I haven't really thought about ever before that. And I knew her music, and I had some songs that I listened to, but I never really got fully into it. And when they started comparing me to her, I thought, okay, maybe I should, check her music out a bit more and analyze her music and see what's the thing that people hear in my music as well. And I really got into it, and I love her. And she now inspires my music as well.
And who are you listening to now?
The same kind of artists. I mean, some new ones that I have added to my collection are Billie Eilish, for example, is a very different kind of pop, but you can still take something from there. Like the songwriting is obvious. I mean, everyone has talked about it. I don't have to explain it, but the songwriting is great. The production is great. You can draw so many inspirations from the. Who else do I like? Oh, Lady Gaga is obviously one of the, I mean, you can see probably in my makeup and hair that Lady Gaga is a great inspiration, and I'm very excited for her new album. But I would say that she inspires me more in message and image more than the actual songs. I mean, I love her songs, but the way she like expresses herself, and she just tears down any boundaries that they are in society, is just like, wow. It's very inspiring.
I'm not a musician, and I 100% agree with you with that message, and I personally feel exactly the same way. I feel like she is a huge inspiration on all different levels, not just for her music, but for everything that she represents.
Exactly.
So, during lockdown, have you been using this time to create? Have you been using this time? How have you been using this time in regards to music?
So, unfortunately, lockdown happens to fall on exam time, which means I'm kind of forced to write exams, but I have also used this time very productively to work on projects. I've come very far. I think like I've been kind of stuck with all the music before lockdown because there was just so much, like there was work, there was uni, there was all this stuff that didn't even matter like in the long run. And then when lockdown happened, obviously it's not a nice thing to happen, and I wish it didn't happen, and the whole coronavirus situation is very tragic and not nice. But the lockdown gave me so much free time that I could finally start doing the things that matter, which is music, obviously, and writing music and finishing the songs that have been half done for like years and that should have been finished months ago. And I could finally do that. And that was so liberating. And I don't know, I found a new sense of life in that. And it was very, very, very nice to do that.
So you mentioned that obviously, when you are here in Brighton, you're very busy and you have a lot going on here. Why did you choose to come to BIM?
To BIM. So I first went to BIM London. That's the uni that interested me the most. Okay, fun story. So a friend and I, we went on a road trip through Spain and Portugal and France and all that. And our last stop was England, where we went to the Reading Music Festival. Mm-hmm. And then we spent some days in London, and I didn't really know what to do with my life at that point. And I thought, oh, London's such a great city. And I always liked it, like from afar. And I always thought, oh, wow, London is this great, mysterious place. And then I realized that you can actually study there. And then I just looked up some universities, and I found universities that do exactly what I want to do, which is BIM. Like, it's music, but you also create, you have to write songs, you learn about the business, it's like all the things that interest me. And then I just decided to go there. Oh my god, when I got the confirmation letter that I got into BIM, I cried happy tears because I was so happy to finally have found something that fits so well. And I studied in London for 2 years, and then I don't know what it is about the city. It is a great city, but it's such a stressful city. It's very fast paced, and my skin reacted to that in a way that was very ugly and very painful. I got eczema from it, from the stress. And I decided that I had to change something because it didn't get any better. I tried everything, like it always came back worse. So I wanted to just escape. I just wanted to go. So I went to Brighton for a day and I loved it. I fell in love with the town. It's more a town than a city. And they have a BIM as well. So I went to my principal and I asked him, would it be possible to transfer uni for third year? Because like, look at me. I looked horrible at that point. And then he said, yeah, that's no problem. Like, just tell me when you want to start there and then we'll get it going. And it was so easy. Like within days, I was able to transfer unis and it was great. That's why I'm here now.
That's really amazing, and obviously you're still able to continue studying, but now you can be in a city where you can create and you can almost step back and reflect and really utilize the time. I completely agree that London is great, but it can have its downfalls. So we're really happy to have you here in Brighton.
No, thank you. I'm very happy here as well. And I love the seaside. It's the best part.
Isn't it just? I could not agree more. So you have recently released your new single, Skin. Please tell us all about that. Tell us about what the song is about creating process, everything there is.
Okay. Oh, creating process. So, as I mentioned with my eczema and everything, that was a whole story. It's like a heartbreak. It's something you have to really get over. And because it always comes back, you can't just like, how do you say?
Get over it.
Can't always just, what?
I said that you can't just get over it. It's not like you can go past to something that's always at the back of your mind, because it can always come back. It's almost like a part of you.
Yeah, exactly. It's something you have to accept. You have to accept yourself looking like an animal, basically, like a reptile. That's what I always called it, because it's just very painful. It's not good for your mental health as well. And that's why I thought, okay, I self-pitied enough over this. I'm gonna write a song. I'm gonna finish this whole chapter. Even if it comes back, at least I let out all these negative emotions and all this sadness. And then I wrote Skin. And I wrote it, I wrote it in that time when I moved to Brighton, because I was full of hope that it might go away with the seaside air and like everything was less stressful there. And that's why the song is kind of hopeful, and it's like, I got all these scars, but my skin heals fast, which is like, it can come back, it can like, and life can throw anything at me. Like, I've gone through it already and my skin will heal no matter what it is. That's kind of the message of the song. It's more than just the bad skin. I think you can apply it to a lot more stuff, like heartbreaks as well. I mean, it obviously mentions the skin, but it's just about healing and things like that. In the chorus, it says, oh, get out, I cut you out of every vein. So I first saw it as something that's not part of me. Like, that's not me, the whole redness and everything on my skin. Like, it's not part of me. It's not what I look like. So I thought, I'm going to cut it out of my veins because it's not part of my body. It has to get out. But I think realizing later, after I released the song, that maybe it is just part of me. And if I think that it is part of me, it might be easier to get over it. And that's lastly what helped. Like, thinking like, this is part of me, but it's fine. Like, I look ugly, but it's fine. You can look ugly. Sometimes it just be like that.
That's a really beautiful message. I love that. I think that's, I think you've hit a nail on the head there. Obviously the metaphor behind skin, but also the fact that it can translate to so many different things in your life. It's a bigger message than just skin. It's about who you are and how you deal with difficult things in your life. So that's wonderful. And did you create the video yourself?
Oh yeah. I did with my mom together.
Cutest
So
thing.
we drew these. Sorry?
I said it is the cutest thing.
Oh, thank you. So we drew these mermaids and like all these fishes in an afternoon because, okay, let's be honest, I didn't initially plan to make a music video because I just don't have that reach yet, and I didn't think it would be worth it. But my mom said, "Oh, you have to make a music video. Like it's a great song, and a great song deserves a music video." And then like in a rush, we basically made up this concept, and I really love it. Like considering it was made up so on the spot, I think it's very well thought out actually.
Absolutely.
And we drew up all these mermaids and the fish, and then we put them all. It took 2 days to do that. It was way more work than I thought. And then I went up to my room. I have like a table where there's an underwater world paint on. It was a birthday gift from my mom, and it was a great like a background for it basically. And I played around on it a bit, and then I took some pictures, and it looked really good. So I started doing it, and in total it took 3 days. Like it was such a long process to do this music video so well, and I really like it as well.
It was 100% worth it in the end.
Thank you.
And what have you got up and coming? What have you got happening in the near future?
So in the near future, I am gonna release not too much because I am saving it for I have a massive project that belongs all together. It's like one big thing that's gonna come out soon, but not in the near future. Like I wanted to do it in June, but now with the whole lockdown situation, I'm thinking of pushing it a bit back because there's a gig element and playing live that goes with it, and I obviously can't do that now. So I'm not sure how to do it yet. There's definitely going to be new music, but it's just not going to be as soon as I promised because of the whole lockdown. But it is coming. It is ready. It's like right here. I'm saving it, and then I'm going to give it to you as soon as the time's right.
Well, we're very, very excited to see your project and to see what other musical projects you'll be releasing in the future. Where can we find you? What social media platforms are you on?
I'm on all of them actually. I'm on Instagram as Delphine Vega. I'm on Twitter as Delphine Vega with 2 A's. Delphine Vega was already taken for some reason. And on Facebook as Delphine Vega as well. That is like a page.
Perfect. Well, I will leave all your social links down below so anybody can go and check out your latest music video, Skin. Check out your social media, and yeah, we'll hope to have you back once lockdown is over, and maybe you can play something live for us, and yeah, we can get to know you more as an artist.
That would be so fun. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much. Thank you.